But speaking of the Republican primary, you know I don't like to spend too much time talking about this on the program, but when there are some things that happen that are so stunning, I cannot help myself. And it's quite possible, ladies and gentlemen, that John Fugelsang has maybe given Rick Santorum sort of more life in his campaign. Santorum lost last night in Illinois, but Fugelsang is on CNN on a panel, and apparently Romney Communications Director Eric Fehrnstrom, and someone should check and see if this guy's not from the Yes Men, because I cannot believe he said this. In the middle, I can't believe he said this out loud. Yes, we all know that Mitt Romney has no core. He's running on nothing. It's sort of amazing to watch. And we know that he's willing to say anything to get elected. And we know that this has been a concern amongst the rabid conservative base because their litmus tests are, well, impossible to quantify. You just need to be a real right-wing nut job. And so Fugelsang asks this communications director, if it is really Romney's communication director, and it could be by the time that you hear this, he's no longer Romney's communication director, the question that is on the mind of every pundit and everybody who has opined about this campaign, which is, how is Mitt Romney going to recover from having to tack so far to the right to appeal to the Republican base? Here's the question, and listen to the answer.
Good morning, sir. It's fair to say that John McCain was considerably a more moderate candidate than the ones that Governor Romney faces now. Is there a concern from Santorum and Gingrich might force the governor to tack so far to the right it would hurt him with moderate voters in the general election?
Well, I think you hit a reset button for the fall campaign. Everything changes. It's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch. You can kind of shake it up and we start all over again. But
what are you talking about?
Did he just say that we're going to take the positions that Romney has staked out in the primary and we're just going to shake them all up and erase them and start over again? I don't even know what to say. I mean, of course that's what Romney's going to try and do. But you're his communications director. And you just admitted that in the middle of a primary, which many people don't think is quite over yet. If Rick Santorum and Newt Gingrich were contemplating staying in this race all the way to the convention, even though they'll go in with far less delegates than Mitt Romney, I think they just made their decision. You're going to hear that played over and over again in Louisiana, in Wisconsin, in Texas, maybe even in California in these Republican primaries. So that was just so stunning. I had to share.